wanted to talk to you today about the five mistakes that you are not allowed to make if you're going to be buying a house, especially if you're going to be buying a house with me. So the number one thing that has been a recurring thing that I just need you to stop doing is trying to time the market. So we've heard about I guess we call them on the fence buyers. So buyers that like really want to purchase and that they're going to wait for interest rates to drop a little bit. They're going to wait for prices to adjust a little bit. They're going to wait for this thing, wait for that thing. And so timing the market is number one, it's impossible. And then you end up just really chasing the market instead. So the only way for you to time the market, so the way that it is correct for you to purchase is number one, if you're ready to buy, and number two is if you're able to buy. So if you're ready to buy, we can start looking, and if you're able, which means you have the pre-approval in hand, everything else is lined up, then we are ready to go, and that's when you are ready to buy or to find yourself a new home. That is how you have timed the market to your situation. Not like a global thing, not for like a local thing, but just what you need to do, how you need to have it, and what it's going to take to get you into the next house. Number two is going to be sleeper costs. So I just kind of fell into this term and I'm using it now. Now I employ it on the regular. It's my new thing. So sleeper costs. When you buy a house, you don't just have a mortgage every month and then you're done. There are other costs that are involved with owning a property. So I always say it's a blessing and a curse, home ownership. It's one of the best things, and then kind of like kids, one of the best things, and then there's all these other things that come with it. So first, one of them is going to be your taxes. So that is rolled into your escrows, but just to be aware of your taxes when you're buying a house. If the taxes are really high, that will have an effect on your mortgage and on your affordability. Your utilities every month, so making sure the house, we're aware of what those are. HOAs, if we're finding a property in a subdivision, anything like that, that's going to be on top of. And then just the maintenance of the house. So it's not just your utilities as far as lights and heating and cooling, and then maybe some gas if you have gas in your property, cable, or your internet. You might have a home phone, that might be one. But you want to take into account that you're going to have maintenance on your AC unit that you want to do quarterly. You're going to want to have quarterly pest control, maybe monthly, some of them come out. You're going to want to do things like that to maintain your property, making sure that you don't fall behind on the bigger maintenance things of the house and that you keep it up to date so that you just don't have all of a sudden bigger burdens because we didn't maintain it. Just kind of like your car, there are routine maintenances, things that get maintained on the house that we just need to keep on top of. So your sleeper costs, you're not allowed to not be aware of your sleeper costs. All right, number three, being emotional about your purchase. Okay, I love emotions. It's a thing. I love feeling things. I like feeling them all the way through, and I like feeling them a lot. And when you buy a house, it is an emotional purchase because it's going to be your home. It's going to be where you and your family, or you and your partner, you and yourself, you and your dog, whoever is going to be living with you in that house are going to live in that house. So I get that it will have an underlying emotional attachment to it. However, we don't get attached until you get keys in hand and the house is yours. You can love it. You probably have to love it. It will be necessary for you to love the house, for you to commit to the property, to purchasing the property. However, you can't get attached because things always come along. Things happen. Unforeseen property inspections, appraisal issues, things like that always come along that we don't really anticipate. A lot of times we try to, can't always. But if we did come along something like that and it caused the property or for us to back out of purchasing the home, I don't want you to be heartbroken over it. So loving the house, yes. Being attached, no. Not until you get the keys in hand. And then you can love it as much as you want. You will want to love it as much as you want. Then you'll want to do the sleeper costs thing, and then you'll want to make sure that your house is taken care of because you'll be emotionally attached to it, as you should. Number four, skipping your inspections. So why would you want to do that? Why would you purchase anything without taking a look at it? So even if it's a brand new construction and you have a punch list with the builder, you still want to get an inspector that's in your side, on your side, in your corner, going through the properties, and they have one job. The only thing they're there for is to make sure that they're inspecting the property, looking through all of the issues that may have come up, maybe have done wrong, maybe have shown up, behind the walls that we were just not aware of, that the owners were not aware of, that the builder was not aware of, that we need to be made aware of. Then once you're aware, you can choose to move forward with it, or then we can back out and then reference number three, where if you were in love with it, then we're just, here we are in this little dilemma of sorts. So making sure we get an inspection. Yes, there is a cost involved. No, you don't get that money back if the inspection doesn't work out. However, I think most people will think, and you will agree once it comes to your turn, once you find an inspection, the report, that it is money well spent. A little bit of money that may save you a lot of heartache, and or just get some repairs done for you up front that the sellers can take care of, that we don't have to do once you get into that house. So do not worry about the cost of your inspections. It's not that big. It varies depending on the size of the house. So the bigger the home, the higher the cost. You don't get that money back if you decide to back out. However, it does protect you right up front. So you're not allowed to not want to have an inspection. You can throw a fit. We're doing an inspection. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then number 5 of the mistakes that you are not allowed to make, not on my watch buying a house, that you cannot not stock your neighborhood. You need to know where you're going to be living. You need to know not necessarily your neighbors, but just what does it feel like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? What does it feel like at 8 a.m.? What does it feel like on Saturdays? Do you want to be part of that? That will be your smaller community, right? So we're all part of the big parish that we're part of, and then smaller and smaller and smaller. What does your street feel like? What does it look like at different times? The flow of traffic, the children in the neighborhood. If you have children and they play along, if you don't have children, do you not want that around? Are there too many pets, not enough pets? Just kind of figure out the groove, the feel for the neighborhood. If the vibe isn't something you're feeling, as good as I am at my job, I can't help you fix that. I cannot help you with the location of the property based on who lives there, what goes on in the neighborhood, the surrounding things. So all of those things you're going to want to make sure you do on your own. So I do give the homework to my buyers sometimes after we're under contract, just to go check, make sure. But if you're not familiar with the area, take some time, drive around. It will help you make a decision, because it starts off a big, we've called it like the funnel, and then you put everything through and it narrows down until you get the one house. You can't like all of them. You shouldn't like all of them. However, the one that you like should be in an area that you're going to want to be in, that you're going to actually want to be part of, that community, that street, that neighborhood. So whatever it is, you're going to be that person. You're going to be the person driving up and down the street. You're going to be the one a little bit stalking the neighborhood for just a little while until you get there. And then once you move in, you can apologize, just you had to do your homework. They'll understand. It's completely understandable. So stalk your neighborhood, get to know your area. So there we have it. That would be my top 5 for now. There will be more, I'm sure. But those are the things that you are not allowed to do when you're purchasing the house. Let me know if you have any other questions. Let me know if you disagree with any of them, or if you have bought a house and maybe fallen into one of these and made the mistake. How did you fix it? How do we fix it? What could we do to avoid it with any of our potential buyers in the future? I would love to know that. Also, I would love to help you make your move without any mistakes if you're looking to do that. So give me a call. It is 985-327-9058. Talk to you soon.